My name is Christina Trujillo.
My name is Joey Trujillo.
And we came to high-risk pregnancy doctors because I am high risk for open neural tube defect. We were pregnant again and we wanted to make sure that we got the imaging done early to try and counteract any birth defects that may come up. Open neural tube defect is when there is a defect in the spine when it is forming. It usually happens within the first 3 weeks of pregnancy, and it's just a little hole somewhere in the spine that doesn't fuse all the way.
Well, with the first pregnancy of our daughter, we found out we weren't getting the right treatment later on in the pregnancy. And as for our third child on our way, we figured, take all the precautions that we can as far as going to the best doctors available here in the Dallas Metroplex.
Yes, and I started doing research online to find out which was the best office in the area to start doing the imaging and to care for our third edition. With my daughter, we found out we were pregnant when I was about 6 weeks. When we went in, it was a really big impact for me just because I was 24. I was really caught off guard. I wasn't planning on it. So we started going to an OB, and at around, I believe, 16 weeks, they did an anatomy scan, and they said that her head was measuring a little bit small, but they weren't too worried about it, that it was something that could correct itself. So it wasn't until maybe between 19 and 20 weeks that we were asked to come back in for another scan, and at that point, it had not corrected it itself, and they said that there might be a problem. So they sent us to a maternal fetal specialist, but that also took about 2 weeks in between. There they were able to confirm that our daughter had open neural tube defect and that she also had hydrocephalus, fluid in the brain, and QRE2. And they wanted to send us to get an MRI so that they could clarify how severe the damage was. By the time we got to do the MRI, I was around nearing my 25th week, and they confirmed that it was the most severe case, and I was no longer a candidate for the in utero surgery because I was too close to the cutoff date. As compared to now, in my second pregnancy as well, they knew that I was high risk and they did not do any extra imaging. I waited until week 15 for them to do the anatomy scan. But here at High Risk Pregnancy Doctors, they started doing the scans right away. Right when I came in, they did one, and they've been doing them every 2 weeks ever since then, and we've actually gotten to enjoy this pregnancy and not be filled with a lot of anxiety because we know exactly what's going on.
With my first child coming in, just a young man, trying to take care of my family, and they're hitting me with, your daughter has the most severe case of hydrocephalus, and this is what's going to happen to her, and that's going to happen to her, and this is the way she's going to be. So they completely shut down both of our dreams. We didn't know what was really going to be going on. So, we went on with the pregnancy. She is our little angel, but we did want to make sure as we continue to have our family grow to make sure they're getting the best care. With our second child, we still weren't getting that. So with child number 3, we definitely wanted to make sure we got the best care and research everything in the Dallas Metroplex area.
We have heard of AIUM, and we know that they have gone through the highest level of certification for all of the training to do the sonograms, client care, just providing the best
the highest
possible,
standards
standards of care. Our current ultrasound experience has been amazing. They have let us know everything every step of the way. It makes us feel really comfortable for the sonographer to look at the spine for 20 minutes. It seems like a long time, but just knowing for sure that there isn't an issue has been the greatest gift we could have gotten. If you're in the same situation as us, where you find yourself to be in a high-risk pregnancy situation, we highly recommend high-risk pregnancy doctors. They will take good care of you and ensure that you get all the imaging and testing done early on to give you the ability to enjoy your pregnancy And if there is anything wrong, they will catch it early and put in steps in place to help and try to give you the best possible outcome.